You're watching the best of Gulls All Access.
We are pleased to introduce Jordan Samuels-Thomas, a former San Diego Gull. Thanks a lot for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, thank you. It's always good to get back in touch with San Diego, a city that's been amazing for me and my family.
I don't want to catch everybody up to speed from when we saw you last wearing the Gulls jersey up until you officiating.
To make a long story, hopefully a little short, after my time in San Diego, my wife and I kind of decided that, we're going to play hockey for a few more years and kind of figure out what we want to do next. So, when I first started playing hockey, I never thought of playing in Europe, but had some opportunities to go play in the Czech Republic, Germany, as you mentioned, the Austrian League for a team that was located in Croatia, and got to play in some really fun cities, but also just got to travel a lot.
We've seen you frequently over the past year and a half, whether it be at 5 Point Arena or down at the Pechanga Arena now, officiating some games. What was the influence for you to become an official? And when did it dawn on you that you were like, all right, when I'm done playing hockey, I think I should try to become an official and strive to be the best at that?
When I was playing for San Diego, I was the team's Players Association representative as well, and through the Players Association, the PHPA, we're given different avenues of what we might want to do after hockey. It could be anything from connections in finance or firefighting. But there was one particular opportunity in officiating that the NHL had a combine for players who are currently playing or close to retiring. So after speaking to a few NHL representatives, I was able to get on the ice with Mike Legault, who lives in Temecula, 17-year career in the NHL, I believe. And he's the one who really got me started and taught me everything that I know and really is important in building my foundation.
How did the opportunity present itself to work in the American Hockey League? And I'm sure it didn't just happen overnight. I mean, I'm sure there's probably building blocks for you to get to officiate those games.
For sure. For me, the first part was just getting on the ice and learning the position. And that's something that Lego was paramount in. We'd skate with each other once a week during the summer, going over different positioning. I was able to work in the USHL, the league that I played in as a junior prospect. I got to work 11 games in that league. I got to work a little bit in the NAHL, worked quite a few games for the national team development program as well. When the American League did have the green light to go ahead, I was given an opportunity to work in that league. And from that point is if you do a good job, you can keep getting games. And if you don't, then I guess it's pretty clear what's going on there. And, fortunately, like I said, I've been able to get a ton of help in that regard and just becoming the best official I can.
What was your first AHL game that you refed? And then what was your emotions going through that game?
I think my first AHL game that I refed was actually San Diego and Ontario. And I'm not going to lie, it was a little awkward. Two teams that I had played for, there's a rivalry there. So I think the saving grace is that no one was playing at their actual rink, it was at a practice rink. So I think it kind of helped me ease into that. There's a lot of familiar faces, like Sam Carrick. I played with him. It's cool seeing the guys, but I think especially early on, it's a process disconnecting, prior relationships and just focusing on just serving the game as best as you can in that particular moment in that particular game. And that's something that I learned very quickly in my first year in terms of managing the game and using those relationships in a positive way, whether it's to get a message across or to receive a message as well.
You think being a former player at this level and at such a high level has helped you become a strong official?
I think so. I think initially, I automatically maybe had a little instant cachet with some players and coaches who have known me and competed against me. They know that I'm an honest guy. I'm a hardworking guy. That being said, some people can try to take advantage of that as well, because the game has changed a lot since I've been in the league. Since I got in the league in 2014 was my rookie season, and things that you could do there compared to my rookie year to what you can do now is completely different. I mean, something like cross-checking is a huge example of what everyone's kind of had to go through here recently. So I think when I have those conversations with players and coaches, the tough conversations, I think that they understand that I do understand where they're coming from, whether they like it or not, and that I appreciate the game in the way that they do. And I think that is helpful.
We're talking with Jordan Samuels-Thomas, and as we're talking about this, we have our Hockey is for Everyone game coming up. So let's dive a little bit into the diversity range of hockey, and hockey is for everyone. And Willie O'Ree has really expanded that. And you talk about your experience with Willie. Have you ever been able to just sit down and talk with him while you were here in San Diego?
The first time I was actually able to meet him was in San Diego, which was set up by the Gulls, which is really special. A quick moment before the game, and we were able to talk and get a picture. And then I used to write for The Athletic, so I did do a story with him, just talking about his experience and what he'd hope to see in the future. Obviously, what he does for the National Hockey League and his position with them is huge, and it's paramount. And he's only one man, so he can only do so much. But we're fortunate to have him, and for him to see the importance of what he's doing to make that effort, because I feel like the older he gets, the more busy he gets, the more committed he is. He's even harder to get a hold of now than he was before. So kudos to him.
What are some things that you would say to anyone facing diversity who's engaged in the sport as a youth, or even right now, anyone that's trying to make this sport for everyone?
I think the most important thing for that would be perseverance, because I think there's going to be some situations where you're going to be around the right type of people who are just going to see you for, I guess in this circumstance, as a hockey player, hopefully a young kid who loves the game. And then, unfortunately, there's going to be times, likely in every minority's life, where that's not going to be the case. And the important thing is just for them to just remember who they are and where they came from, and that, for them to even be able to play hockey, that's not by accident, that, someone had to sacrifice something for them to have the opportunity. So it's not always going to be fair. And I think that's always the tough part in this. You want it to be fair, and it's not always the case, but the best thing that anyone can do is keep pushing forward, even if it's not going to be a personal win for you. It's going to do something to help advance the next person or the next kid that's in your situation.
For more Gulls All Access, tune in to Fox 5 San Diego, Fridays at 2:30 p.m.